What's happening? What's happening? J.A.S.
What
up
up?
in the building with the boy. Side effect. What's good? What's good, boy?
Yes, sir.
All the way from
What's
China.
good, man?
I'm sipping a Coca-Cola. No alcohol. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday today. Sipping Coca-Cola. What you smoking on there? I see you smoking it up. Smoking it
a
up.
good herb.
Smoking that good.
Herb.
Right. Yeah, coming all the way from Shanghai. Saidi, where
For
you at? Where
blessings.
you at in the world? Where is Saidi at in the
SA
world?
Mzansi. Mzansi.
Mzansi, where they say?
South Africa boss.
South Africa.
Yeah?
So what's been happening? How's the things there? How's the things in terms of the COVID?
Chill
COVID
vibes.
surviving?
Hey,
Surviving out
bro,
there.
it's hectic, bro. Yeah, that's all we can do for now, bro.
Bro, I'm living out
Just
here.
survive.
Things are different. Things are
Just
like the
survive,
opposite.
bro.
Things are opposite on this side of the world.
I
Bro.
can
Things
check,
are another
dude.
level. Bro.
We
Living.
started that side of the world, and now that
It
side
started
of the world
here,
is chilled.
and now everyone got it worse. Now you guys got it worse, boy. Worse, boy.
Bruh.
But yeah, so
Bro, we're suffering.
JS side effect. What we are trying to do for all the people out there, we are creating podcasts, but small pods, small little pods, 5-minute pods. We're calling it 5-minute pods with JAS and Sy'D effect. Little snaps, little snippets, because we just want to get some topics out. Sy'D and I, we always have these conversations over a few drinks, over a few beers, some hip hop talks, talk about the best albums, talk about best rappers, top 5 this, top 5 that. We go on these lists, and we have this conversation by ourselves, over a beer at the bar or something. But we thought, hey, these are good in-depth conversations. We know our hip hop and we know our music in general as a whole.
Yeah.
Producers, lyricists, songwriters, everything, singers. So we said, let's put this together and put it on make it like a pod, But it's quite informal, and it's not like, we're not trying to get the highest quality at the moment. We're just trying to get the content out there because we know you guys will enjoy it. You guys will love it. And it's for the peoples, and it's also for us to enjoy it.
The peoples.
The people.
Facts.
So we're gonna get right into it. I think let's talking about ourselves, and let's go into what the real shit is about. The first topic we're gonna talk about.
We also make music, by the way. We also make music.
We also make music. We also make that shit. We
don't
music.
just analyze the shit.
And that's why we're here. That's why we're here because we have that ear. We have that ear with the AirPods. We have the ear for the music.
Yeah.
And that's why we can speak on these topics. So the first topic we're going to talk about, since we've just entered 2021, I know it's a few weeks in, but we've entered 2021, and we haven't discussed albums of the year for 2020. The fucking devil's year, 2020, boy. The year of COVID, the year of a worldwide pandemic.
Bruh.
What could have happened music-wise? Because, there were no shows, there were no concerts, at least from March of the year in the US and many places elsewhere. So, no concerts, no performances. A lot of people decided not to drop. I think Kendrick Lamar was meant to drop, and he didn't drop because of that reason. Definitely dropping this year. But let's talk about...
Was meant to drop what? Late last year?
Yeah, I think he was. It wasn't announced officially, but I think...
Wait, who dropped from TDE last year?
TDE? Who dropped?
No, Reason. That guy, Reason.
Reason drop.
I think he was the only one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Sir. When did Sir drop? The year before?
Sir dropped
2019.
No, 2019. Sir dropped 2019. No, 2019.
2019. Oh.
Unless it could be early
2019.
Could be early 2020, but then before COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but I know
definitely.
Soul did some features with of course, Reason and others.
Yeah,
But no
and he did a feature with Russ too. Have you heard that track?
Russ came out this year.
Who Wants What? Yeah, Russ came out this year. He's actually in my I don't know if it's gonna be like an honorable mention in the.
Listen here.
Right.
I think we're going to have quite a different top 5. I think there may be one or two that are the same, maybe in a different order. But I think our top 5 is quite different. We're gonna have a bit of a back and forth here, a bit of a tug of war with this shit.
Right.
So
we're just discussing albums, right? No EPs or.
Yeah. It needs to be a proper album. Like, I know now there's like a very blurred line in terms of what's EP, what's album, what's a fucking mixtape and all that shit. But it's an album. If it was released on the digital platforms, if it was released online and stuff, whether they call it a fucking mixtape or not, fuck that. But it's not an EP. Yeah. It's more than 6 tracks. It's more than 30 minutes long. We're talking about a full LP, a full album. Right? So topic number 1 is albums of the year. 2020 albums of the year for 2020.
Yeah.
Sy'D and I, we agreed to discuss our top 5. I think 5 is a good 5 picks in 5 minutes. Can we do it in 5 minutes? 5 versus 5.
Yeah.
Who do you want to start? Do you want to start? Must I start? We can go. We can break
I'll
it
start.
down.
You can start.
Okay, I'll start. Let me get my phone. Let me just do a bit of a flex here. Let me do a bit of a flex here. A bit of a flex.
I see you.
Do I have to say the name?
I'm using my phone, so I can't flex.
Oh, is that what we're going with? Right. So
I don't have a MacBook.
You don't have a what? You don't have a what?
I don't have a MacBook, so I can't show my phone on the screen. Yeah, so I can't show my phone on the screen. You check. I'm using my phone.
Anyway, I think it's a 12-2. I think it's better you don't show. It's a 12-2. Okay, we go with that. We go with that one. With your cracked camera.
Whatever, fuck out of here.
Right. So let's go.
What's your Coca-Cola written? Let's see.
Chinese boy. What you know?
What's your can? What's written on your can? Jesus.
Zola. This one's still representing Olympics. Representing Olympics.
Bro. Jesus, bro. I don't know where did they find
fucking those. Expired. Must be expired. Must be like fucking 10 years old or some shit.
Straight up. All I want to say is that they don't give a fuck about you. I'm telling you, bro.
Fuck it out there.
They're like, just give them whatever's there.
Yeah, just give them whatever. Give them the leftovers from fucking 8 years ago. 8 year Olympics. Look it up. But to be honest, I think it's the next Olympics that was meant to happen this year.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, last year, 2020. I can't believe it's 2021.
I think they were one of they're obviously a sponsor. Yeah,
they're obviously a sponsor.
Let's get into it.
Let's dive in. I'll start from 5, right? So I'm gonna give my whole 5. Then you can counter that with your.
You're going like from 5 downwards.
5 to 1. Yeah, I'll do 5 to 1, and I'll give some of the best short explanations of why I chose this, and I have some honorable mentions, but maybe I'll do the honorable mentions afterwards, so I don't it can be a surprise, so you don't think you might think they may come in the top 5, and they may not make it.
Yeah.
So I'll give the honorable mentions at the end, maybe. But my 5 is a shocker to you. I think you're gonna be mind blown by my fucking number 5. My 5, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And we go, what the fuck? But listen, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. Right. 5, I'm going with a lyricist that came back with not part 2, and number 2, right? Number 2 of his project from was it early 2000s, whatever. Don't quote me on that. Fucking Busta Rhymes. Fucking Rhymes. Extinction Level Event 2, boys. Extinction Level Event 2. I know you're gonna fucking give me shit for this one, but listen, there's many others that were so close and maybe could have even pushed this away for me, in my personal opinion, and in my subjectivity. But also, I'm trying to be objective, but I'm also being subjective a bit because I enjoyed it a lot. There were obviously a few tracks that I did skip on the album, but the tracks that I liked and the tracks that were good were so good. They were really so good that they make
I get what you're saying.
They
make up for those ones that are kind of weaker than.
Yeah, exactly. And there are albums out there that are a bit more concise and put together nice in a better way. But the strong songs on this one just outweigh the ones on certain other ones.
How many songs are this album?
I have to need a double check, but I know it's almost 20. We're going closer to 27.
Should have made it like 12.
Yeah. There's another artist on my list with also like too many. If you drop down like 5, take out 5 tracks, 5-6 tracks, it becomes like number 1 album. But the strong songs on here were so good, and also we talk hip hop. Lyrically, Busta is doing what Busta does best. He's barring up. He's rapping, boy.
He's flexing.
He's flexing.
That track with Kendrick, that one too, obviously, and that one with which track is this again? What is Yellow on this track? Nah, with the Ross. With
a fire. Dude, like Ross has surprisingly come in with, as he might be he's a contender for like top features this year, because every song he's been featured on. He's featured on many albums this year, and all are fire. All those songs are fire. So I give Ross like credit for features.
But Ross is fucking bro.
Ross is another level, bro. We need to give credit to Ross. Give credit when it's due.
He's with Ross, bro. He's on his own. Yeah.
So Busta gets number 5. And it's a tough one though. Like I could argue that it maybe doesn't make a top 5, maybe it makes a top 10, but I'm putting it as a 5. You know, number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, number 4, boys. The butcher coming. The butcher coming. Benny.
Okay, that's number 4 for you.
Benny, right. Boys. Benny. Listen, I could put Benny in the top 3. Actually, I could put Benny number 1. I could put Benny number 1. This one here this one actually upsets me. My own pick upsets me.
That was a fucking good album.
Yeah, dude, this album is
That's
fucking
a good
fun.
album.
The Butcher coming.
That's a good one.
Listen,
okay.
Listen,
Butcher coming.
The Butcher coming. Listen, let me tell you something. Shout out to Griselda, bro. Shout out to fucking Griselda.
Bro.
2020 year, bro.
Bro.
I keep saying this year, but 2020
year. I didn't pay attention to Griselda that much. And I remember you talking about them. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll check them out. I don't know what made me start listening to them, bro. No, it's a track that I saw on YouTube, actually. Yeah. A black and white, and then they were dressed in like old, I don't know if it's 80s or what, bro. But that attire with the old cars, with guns and shit. Yeah, but it was dope.
But the thing is, like,
that's when I was like, okay, I started checking them out.
They all dropped this. They all dropped. So Conway, Gun, and Benny, they all dropped last year. Fucking Westside Gun dropped 3 albums, bro. Westside dropped 3 albums.
Yeah,
I think Benny had 2
Westside
projects.
Is doing too much.
Benny had one with he had 2 projects, I think, right? And then who else had fucking Conway. Conway also I think had more than 1 album.
Conway. All right, I want to hear your top 5. Yeah.
Conway is another beast, but hey, but my list is a bit controversial. I'll be honest. My list is going to be controversial to the fucking world because you gotta fucking kill me for especially my number 1 spot. But let me tell you something. Benny could be number 1 on anyone's list. And I think
I have an idea of who's on your number 1 spot.
I don't think you know.
I think I have an idea.
I don't.
There's actually 2 people there.
There's no fucking way.
Okay.
But listen, I want to say something about Griselda, and I'm actually clear this because I respect them to the limits. I respect Westside Gun. Westside Gun is one of my top 5, even though he dropped 3 albums. But he's fire.
Yeah.
Albums were dope as hell. To be honest, it just wasn't something I listened to as much as everything else. You know, Conway, fucking legit. But I actually chose Benny over Conway for my top 5. Yeah. Conway is not even my top 5. And look at your face. Look at your I chose Benny over Conway.
The thing is, we our top 5 is actually quite similar so far, and the reasoning behind it is also quite similar.
Well, there's gonna be one that's gonna fucking.
Okay, let's hear the rest of it.
So number 3. So number 3. So here's the thing, right? I think actually, Burden of Proof for Benny is a more concise album than my number 3. So if you actually you could say it's a better album, but my number 3 is similar to Buster. There's some strong songs that are just like so strong, but then there's a lot of songs you can take out. But because I listen to it regularly and I go back to it and listen to it, it has replay value, and there's just bars and bars, and it inspires me to rap and inspires me to push stuff. I'm going with Music to Be Murdered by Marshall. I have to go with Marshall.
Number 3.
Go with Marshall. And I could put Benny above him, and I could put him in number 4. But I thought about it long and hard.
But the deluxe, bro. You see, the deluxe took it to a whole nother level. Yeah. Are we talking about the deluxe or the original?
Yeah, I'm talking about the part A and B together. They all count as one for me. Together. They count as one project.
Yeah.
So not just the first one. Yeah, together.
Part B, bro.
Part B is a ridiculous. And I'm
those
giving
first
him the
couple of tracks.
The thing is, with this project, you could slip it down to number 4, or you could push it up because like I was struggling to like place it. Yeah, definitely both parts make up one project for me, and I'm counting both of them as one, and that's taking my number 3 spot. But lyrically and stuff is like out of this fucking world. It's not even comparable.
He's number 1.
Yeah, but in terms of a concise body of work and stuff, Benny, you could argue Benny is better and stuff like that. Because there are a few songs on Eminem's project that is skipped. You know, it's not my cup of tea really.
Yeah.
But there's many that are just like, wow, golden. Number 2, boys. Now number 2, actually, number 2 should be number 1, but number 2 is number 2 for a reason, which I will tell you now. But number 2 should be number 1.
Right. Yeah.
Nas King Disease.
Okay.
Nas King Disease, boy. First of all, Shout out to Nas.
So far.
What the hell? That is fire, boy. Shout out to Nas.
Fire.
That shit is.
Fucking,
that I can't.
Nas got to come back after.
For Nas to come like that, and actually, the last album with Kanye was a flop. There was like one or two joints, and Nas was rapping, but it was not like a dope album. He had
what was it called? Nazir, ne? Was it called Nazir? That album?
Nazir, yeah. After it's named after himself. So so like, with this project, I was like, yo, surprising, because it also caught me off guard, and I didn't have high expectations for
He made up for Nazir.
He made up for the last. But
there were a couple of cool songs on that album too. It wasn't like a bad album.
No, it wasn't a bad album.
It's not as good as this.
Kanye flopped it, and the production was not grand in terms of the mixing and stuff. But I mean, he was still rapping his ass off. And Nas is a rapper's rapper, right? But he killed this one. He killed it.
Yeah.
It's a concise body of work. Almost all songs are fire, if not all songs. I can't fault it in many ways. Got some Dre on it.
You fucked up the order of my top 5 now. Sorry, bro. Now I'm trying to think how I place my top 5.
I see.
Okay, continue. I don't know if I should grab a pen now. It's not writing.
Yeah, get a pen and paper.
Now I remember.
Yeah,
think
about it. But anyway, my number one, I know for sure, is not in your top 5. It's probably not in your top 10 or even top 15. To be honest, it may be in the top 20.
I think it is. If you is the album yellow and black? Nah, not yellow and black. Actually, like, does it have food on it?
Oh boy! Listen. It's not that. It's surprisingly not that. It's surprisingly not that.
All right.
We're talking about Freddie, right?
You know which one I'm saying? Yeah.
We're talking about Freddie. Listen. Yeah. Like, I'll talk about Freddie after. There's a reason I need to talk about Freddie after. Right. But I'm giving my number one to something that people are going to fucking. If people actually view this thing, I could get murdered tomorrow for saying the next thing I want to say, because it's nothing like the rest of my phone. It's nothing like the rest of my phone.
Please don't say Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No.
Oh no! First, I think I know what you're gonna talk about.
Yeah. Shh. You know who it is. You know.
You can't be serious.
I'm serious.
About those albums.
Yes. There's a reason why. But first,
I know you love that album, bro. But since
we're on Freddie, I just want to say shout out to fucking Freddie, because that is like in most people's album of the year. To be honest, I've heard lists out there. I've watched podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's probably yours. You say it might be yours, right? So it's definitely in most people's album of the year. What I will say about that is, I think it deserves to be an album of the year, but it's not in my personal 5 album of the year, because I actually go back. I go back to Benny more than I go back to that one, and I prefer Benny's album to that one. And those are very similar in terms of style. And
yeah.
And I really love Benny's album a bit more. But that one there, I mean, we won't talk about that. And lyrically, Freddie killing it when he's doing his thing. Freddie Gibbs, by the way, for those who don't know. And then another one I want to give a shout out to. Shout out to the person who had a good year, is Lil Baby, the My Turn project. Everyone else, a lot of people in Billboard put that as number 1 hip hop album of the year. I mean, they're fucking crazy. But in my opinion, they're crazy. That's not number 1 of the year. But also, my opinion is also crazy, so I won't say anything. But shout out to Lil Baby, because he did do well this year and he killed it. And there are quite some bangers on that. But number 1, speaking of Lil Baby, Wonder Boy, Gunna Wonder Boy.
It's fine, because I was actually jamming that album yesterday.
Let me tell you something.
It was the first time I listened to that album.
It's your first time?
Listen to the whole album, like one complete go.
Listen to me. This album came out.
It's actually quite good, bro. But I won't put it number 1. But
this album came out at the beginning of. It came out in the first quarter of the year, and it's lasted a test of time. And let me tell you something. You only listen to it now, so you can't really judge it in that way. You need to listen. If you listen to it from when it came out, and if you listen to it again now, it has the same
a couple of songs.
Yeah, but the point is this: for me, there was a couple of songs, but there's quite a few of them. Now, there's obviously many songs. Once again, that I could have got rid of, and there's too many. Not as concise as a Nas project or a Benny project or even a Freddie project. But the good songs have such replay. This project has the best replay value out of every other album. There's the best replay value. You play it, you go when you're partying. When I play in the gym all the time. In the gym, I play it all the time.
Yeah.
This one, I never choose an album like this as a number one. Normally, it's like I'm saying proper.
Yeah,
I'm saying like a
I
deep
know.
lyrical hip hop album, hip hop project.
It's very different
Like,
for you.
Yeah, normally it's a Kendrick project that's number one, or Nipsey Hussle when he dropped the Victory Lap. But this one here is like, bro, the replay value and the fact that I'm on the subway, I'm on the train listening to this. I'm public transport listening to it. I'm in the gym listening to it. I go to the parties, I listen to it. It plays in the clubs more than, of course, anything else on this list. And the same songs I listened to in the beginning of the year, I'm listening to it now, and it's a banger, boy. It hits so hard. So I can't not go for
the songs hit. Fact.
But then many songs. It's not. If you say is it the most concise album of the year, no. But for me, it is the best album because of the best replay value. And I think next year, this year, 2021, in December, I'll still be listening to those same jams and it will still hit as hard.
Yeah.
For me, Ghana Wanna is now don't misquote what I'm saying. Yeah, listen to me.
Misquote you.
It's not even close. It's not close to don't. It's not close to what I'm about. It's not close to Astro World, but it has the same replay value for the certain songs, like Astro World does for the certain song. The same way I play Butterfly Effect now and stuff like that. 2 years, 3 years later, whatever it is, I will play some song. Ghana Wanna. So that's what I'm going with. But shout out to Freddie. Freddie should be a top 5, and I'm not arguing otherwise. Right, let's hear the side effects top 5. 5-1, boy.
I'll give an honorable mention to that album Limbo. Eminem. You know that guy? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, Limbo album was good. Limbo album was good, but not top 5.
It was cool. I'll give it an honorable mention. Number 5.
Wait.
I'll also say Busta Rhymes.
Oh, yeah. Busta! Whoa, get a Busta for number 5.
Yeah, I told you, bro. I told you it was similar.
Wow. I'm surprised Busta's in your top 5. I'm surprised
he made it.
Busta. Yeah.
He made it. I'll put Busta number 5. Huh?
Okay.
What?
I'm surprised he made it in your top 5, I'm saying.
Did you ask me if I bumped Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, I didn't know you bumped the new album Busta, because we didn't speak about it.
So. Yeah, I did, bro. I bump every album that comes out.
By the way, I actually want to give an honorable mention to someone who people actually always diss him. Fucking Logic, No Pressure project with No ID. No ID killed the production. Oh, yeah. Logic killed it. I mean, Logic, a lot of similar stuff that he always does, but it was a good album, dude. It's probably a top 10.
It's definitely, It's definitely a good album. Yeah. Most def. All right. And then my number 4, would have to be Music to Be Murdered By.
Marshall, boy.
That's my number 4.
Number 4.
Straight up. And then
we're switching positions.
My number 3.
I was 3, you were 4.
Yeah. My number 3 would have to be. I'm definitely gonna put. I don't know, bro. For some reason, Conway.
Oh.
Conway. I'll put his album number 3. I'll vibe.
Conway the Machine.
And then my number 2. Yeah. My number 2 would have to be Nas.
Oh.
No. My bad, bro. My bad. Instead of Conway, I'm gonna replace him with Benny. That was actually my thinking. Benny.
So number 3 is Benny.
My number 3. Number 3 is Benny. Nas will be 2.
Nas 2, boy.
King's Disease is number 2. Number 1 of Fredo.
Freddie. Oh man.
Freddie.
You have to give.
Straight up.
Bro, by the way, Alchemist killed that shit. Let's give Alchemist some shout out.
Bro.
Alchemist killed that shit, bro.
Cause even like Bandana was dope, you know that other one by Freddie.
Yeah.
Bandana with Madlib. Yeah. That was dope too. But this, but he came, it's like a next level of Bandana.
So you prefer Freddie to Benny project?
I've been jamming Freddie back to back, bro. Benny, I've jammed him back to back, but not as much. Not as much. And the songs, I don't know, it's like a different experience with maybe it's because Benny has the same sound as like the whole Griselda group, and Freddie just came alone, and his voice and everything. It just works out. Cause it took me a while to like really pay attention to Freddie.
Well, shout out to Freddie, because I mean, like, Freddie and Alchemist. Freddie and Alchemist. I mean, Freddie's been in the game for a while, but hasn't got the shine, right? But shout out to them for getting the Grammy nomination, right? They got the Grammy nod for that, and shout out to Royce da 5'9" for his allegory project. He got the Grammy nod for that shit as well. But speaking of these people, speaking of these crazy rappers and lyricists, it's
also
a good transition.
Black Thought released.
Shout out to Black Thought. Shout out to J Electronica, Jay-Z. They dropped their project too. Don't forget J Electronica came out at the beginning of the year.
Hey, J
Elec, boy.
Hey, what you think? We never discussed that album, huh?
That's a very disappointing album in my opinion. That's a disappointing
We've never
project.
Discussed that album.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's quality. There are quality moments.
Apparently released another one, but on Tidal.
I haven't. I don't know if I bumped that one.
What you think of the production?
The thing is, like, to be honest, it's a disappointment because
I don't know why they were trying with that.
We waited for so long for J Electronica, and then he came and it didn't live up to expectations.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean,
and he does an album just with him and Jay-Z, bro. Like it's like
and Jay-Z outshone it. And Jay-Z stole the show. Jay-Z stole the show, and this was meant to be his breakout move, right? Even though he's been in the game for a long time, but he never released his own album, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of these type of lyricists, let's move to lyricist of the year. Lyricist of 2020. I have a top 5. Do you have a top 5 with you of lyricist of the year?
I have a top 5.
All right, let's do a top 5.
Definitely have a top 5.
Off again.
Yeah.
I'm willing to start it off again. Okay, so this one is.
Yeah, should I start? Let me start.
Okay, you start. Start off the top 5 lyricists from 5 to 1. Let's go.
5 to 1. I'll put 5. I'll put Russ. For that EP.
Top 5.
Did you hear that EP?
Yeah, Russ.
Did you hear that EP though?
But Russ dropped a few.
Listen, I'm not like. Nah, but those projects I've never really paid attention to that much, so I won't really have a good opinion on them. I'm just speaking from that last EP I listened to because I saw that episode track. That's what made me want to go listen to Russ. You check and just check that project out. So that'll be my
number 5.
Number 5. Number 4. Lyrically, I'd put Nas, King's Disease. I'm not talking about album I'm talking about lyrics.
Yeah.
I put King's Disease. Number 3, here's where Conway comes in.
Oh,
I put Conway. Number 2, Benny. Fuck. For sure. Benny the Butcher. Number 1, Slim Shady.
First of all, okay, let me just go to mine. Let me not say anything.
It's my 5th week.
No.
It's a week.
No.
Oh.
There a lot of similar parts, but I have 2 different. I have 2 people that are quite different to yours.
Nice.
You didn't put Freddie in your top 5, eh?
Lyrically, it was supposed to be him instead of
Ross
from Griselda. Conway, yeah. Actually, I can move it up. Like, check. I can move it up. Take out thing. Russ, right? Put him as an honorable mention, and then slid thing right there.
Freddie.
And numbers.
So tell me something.
Number 3.
So who would you put? Would you put Benny over Freddie in terms of lyricist of the year?
Definitely.
Well,
but
for me,
album-wise and songs as an album, like Play from Track 1 to 2, as a whole project, I definitely would say Freddie's is a better project than Benny.
So what I will say, I have a tricky one. I'm going to cheat a bit now, but I have my honorable mention is the Griselda motherfuckers. Is Conway and Westside. I didn't put Conway in my top 5 as a lyricist, but he would be next. He would be 6. He would be 6 in my opinion. There's other 2 that I think you forgot, and I think it's because the projects didn't live up to or not in your top 5 and didn't live up. But the bars and the lyrics, I think you are to the next level. But first, number 5. I'm cheating a bit because for me it's a bit of a tie between Benny and Freddie. I might like you say edge with Benny. If I had to choose, I might say Benny. Yeah. But I do also want to give Freddie this just due since I didn't put him in my top 5 album. So I feel like I should put him there at 5. But he's definitely there. They both for me are very close as number 5, Freddie and Benny the Butcher. Freddie Gibbs, that is, for those who don't know. Number 4. We have the same number 4. It's Nas. Nas came in, bro. Nas came in and did his thing, bro. Nas came in and did his
Yeah,
thing.
he came in. He definitely came in.
Number 3, bro. I really think not many people can out-rap this motherfucker. He came in on Benny's album and
Big Sean.
He spat a crazy verse. Wait, and he dropped a project this year, which was actually dope, but it doesn't have the best replay value. But there's still 1 or 2 songs that are lyrically out of this fucking world. Like, how do you rap like this, bro? Come on, why are you doing this to us? Like one of those guys, and that's Weezy F, Tune Sheet, bro. Lil Wayne should be there.
Oh.
Lil Wayne should be on this list. Lil Wayne should be on the top 5 list because lyrically, what the fuck? You don't even have to put Funeral on the list, but you have to put the Lil Wayne. And the features he did, his feature on the Jack Harlow joint, What's Poppin' is fire. His feature on like
dope. It's dope.
Dude, all his features are fire this year. And he's featured on many projects.
Brand new shit say maggots.
Dude, what a vibe. Yeah. And also like just lyrically on his own album, like what's that song called? What's the name of the song? There's the song on his project on Funeral, where he's just rapping his ass off. I'm like, whoa. Even Marshall, even Eminem said like, yo.
Not Mahogany.
Mahogany, dude. What the fuck is he doing on Mahogany, dude? No, not many people can rap. If anybody, I don't know who can rap.
Gang, I say nah. Ooh, Mahogany.
Number 2.
What is like kick push forward? I hear Lupe flowing.
Yeah. The metaphors, dude. No, dude. No disrespect to like anyone else, and even the Griselda bunch, but no one can rap like Wayne, bro. Wayne is
just him. He's one of a kind as well.
He's one of a kind.
He's also in his own lane, bro.
He's in his own
straight up.
And even if you don't like the songs or the albums,
now.
But yeah, if you don't have to like songs or albums, but you have to appreciate the lyrics, bro. You know what I mean? Number 2,
facts.
This is another one where the album is not in my top 5, and maybe not even top 10 because his previous album was so good that this one could never live up to it. But it's Royce the 5'9". Royce the 5'9", right? Lyrically, even on the album, it's out of this fucking world. But it's just, can't listen to it. It's fucking dope. Can't listen to a lot of
I don't know why I didn't put Royce up.
Yeah. And also, Royce did some features
Honorable
this year.
mention.
Did some features, but also, he did the freestyle. Was it on the LA Lakers freestyle? He did one of the freestyles on the shows, and wow.
Yeah.
Like, he did what Black Ghost did
like
years ago on Flex, right?
Yeah.
And he did that. He did like, so I wouldn't say as good, but fucking crazy. Like, Royce is next level shit, you know? And number 1, I mean, number 1 is number 1. Number 1 is a god. It's a god MC. It's Marshall. I don't think anyone can rap like this guy. Fuck. That's not even, there's no debating who's number 1 in terms of lyrics. Marshall is another level.
Facts.
Eminem is like, what the fuck? He needs to stop this shit, dude. What's wrong with him? Why are you rapping like this?
Dude, when did This Is Crazy come out? Wale.
Oh, that's 19. It was 19.
2019, ne? Late 2019, ne?
Yeah. Was that in your top list of 2019?
Yeah, album-wise. I say top 10. Not sure about top 5. Yeah. Thing is, I don't remember what albums came out in 2019. Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't remember what albums came out in 2019.
That's a different discussion. Since we're talking about these albums and lyricists, there are people behind the scenes who put these things together, who get everything together and make it sound good and come up with the production and the beats. So we need to talk about producer of the year. Now, with this one, I think it can be a quick, fast one where we just name the one producer of the year. But I will give some honorable mentions. I think
I have my one.
I don't think we need to name 5.
Okay, obviously, honorable mention.
Yeah. So I will do mine. Let me do mine. So I want to give some honorable mentions.
What, your number 1?
I'll give you my number 1. But first, I'll give you like some honorable mentions. I want to give a big shout out to Louisiana. Weezy out of here. He did crazy stuff. He did some good stuff. He's been on his shit. He's doing his thing.
It was actually I was thinking about Weezy out of here when you said honorable mention. Yeah.
Honorable mention. Shout out to him.
And because your Ghana album, he did a lot of the bangers.
Yeah, he did a lot of that stuff. And he did a lot of other stuff too. I mean, I know Murder beats
for other people. Stuff,
Murder on the beat, but he's not even an honorable mention to be honest. But he also did some good stuff. Take Keith did some good stuff. But shout out to D Ain't Got That Dope. D Ain't Got That Dope. Hey, what the stuff we do with Eminem and even with others, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And a big honorable mention, and this person might be number 2 because of Freddie. Shout out to Alchemist. Yeah. For me, he's very close, second or third, on that list. But for me, this was, to be honest, the easiest choice and easiest decision for me. This was a no-brainer. For me. I didn't have to think twice. The answer, I think, it should be unanimous. hit boy, hit boy, hit boy, hit boy. I mean, come on.
Are you saying he's number 2?
Hit boy is the best producer of 2020.
Number 1,
hands
right?
down, hands down, number 1. Hit boy, hit
I'm
boy.
not even gonna. It's not a
King's
debate.
Disease, Nas, Big Sean, Penny the Butcher. Come on, boys. What are we doing? And shout out to Big Sean, also a good dope
his own
lyricist.
shit.
And his own shit. So what's your number 1?
Him.
So any other honorable mentions that we missed out, like the same ones? Anyone else you could think of?
Let me think.
I know also Scott Storch did some stuff as well with Russ and others. So,
yeah. I don't know if Eric G. Do you know Eric G?
Eric G?
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
He also did a lot of
you reminded
nice
me of
soulful shit.
Yeah. We should also do an R&B top 5.
Like for Rhapsody and them.
Yeah, Rhapsody.
At some point, right?
At some point, yeah. Not today, though.
Yeah.
But
when did Rhapsody release that album with the chicks and stuff? 2020, right?
Was it
actually a dope album, bro?
Was it 2020?
It was 2019. I said 2019.
Yeah, that's a dope album. Yeah.
Fuck, bro. I didn't see 2020 at all, dude.
2020 just like it went so slowly, but it went so fast at the same time.
So quick, yeah.
It's the weirdest year ever, bro.
Bruh.
What's the other? Oh, I want to say shout out to Run the Jewels, man. Shout out to Killer Mike and LP. Run the Jewels 4.
Bruh. Dude. When did that album drop? When we were discussing albums, I was going to ask you, when did that album drop?
Dude, that album dropped in 2020. Like, that should be that's definitely should be on the list.
Actually, top 5.
That's top 5, dude. That's the fucking album.
Yeah, honorable mention.
And even lyrically, Killer Mike lyrically should be a top 5.
Bro, Killer Mike, dude. Yo.
I think we have to just
you know J.A.S, bro. I was thinking about Run the Jewels. I don't want to like hardcore. Like, should I mention Killer Mike? Then I also thought, bro.
Dude. I don't know, dude. Actually, people were saying like it was a dry year, it wasn't such, but actually there's some tough competition to make a top 5 this year.
Yeah.
It was quite strong.
Some good albums came out.
Yeah, many people did. Actually,
depending on what people want.
But it came from people we didn't expect, like Freddie Gibbs, like even Benny the Butcher and the whole of Griselda. Like we didn't expect. You expect. I think,
Eminem people. Yeah. I think if Kendrick or your J. Cole's and stuff don't really drop in project, people don't pay attention to like that year. Like if your Rick Rosses and stuff don't drop in like. You remember those years, bro? There was this one year where these guys all dropped.
Yeah, it was, I don't know if it was 2018 or 2015.
J. Cole and
amazing year.
2015, bro. Where they all dropped. I think Joey Badass also dropped that year. It was just a year of crazy albums.
Yeah, I remember that. Even Lupe dropped like a fire project too.
Yeah. Tattoo and Youth, that album.
Tattoo and Youth. That might be his best album. This is so good, dude.
Yo.
That one and To Pimp a Butterfly were like head to head for me for album of the year on that year, man.
You think so?
Yeah, those two are so good,
bro. Yeah, but actually,
To Pimp is another level. Right. Well, no, not. But Tetsio also lyrically,
definitely.
Yeah, man. So
what's that other Lupe one? Waves, Drago's Wave.
Drago's Wave, dude.
Joga's Wave, yeah.
Drago's Wave is
Joga's Wave was
dude, lyrically, there's
even Home is a good EP, bro.
What?
Home is quite a good EP. Lupe,
Home.
That Home
Which
EP.
one is Home?
That EP that has dinosaurs and what, bro?
Oh yeah.
The one with Virgil Abloh.
It's not bad. The topics are funny as well.
It was quite cool. Yeah.
Dinosaur topics, man.
But
it's good.
It was needed at that time.
Yeah, it's good. So if we finished the lyricist, we finished producer, we finished the albums of the year. Is there anything else we need to touch on?
I don't know. If we're gonna do predictions, what kind of predictions would you want to do?
We can do some predictions for 2021.
Well, like what? Who will drop?
One is who will drop, and then two is who will drop fire. So first of all, we know Certified Lover Boy Drizzy Drake is dropping this month. Are you anticipating that? Are you vibing to it, waiting for it, or you don't care?
Of course, bro.
Yeah. We're waiting for the Drizzy album.
I care. I don't want to lie. I care.
Yeah.
I try to play it off like I don't sometimes, but I do. Can't wait to hear and not be disappointed.
Drops, it's like the world stops and everyone needs to listen to this.
Yeah, we want to check it out. Like, okay, guy.
We're going to come with our complaints for sure. We're never going to be satisfied with the Drake project. I don't think we'll ever be satisfied with the Drake project.
But I think we have too high expectations. Give it a couple of listens. It might be It might be different. because he can't give us the same Drake all the time. So
Yeah.
you know he changes every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much singing
Anyways.
he will do. He said, he said in an interview that this will be like the way people took Views as the album. Like they didn't like it and they're disappointed and stuff. So they didn't like it at first, but over time it will age well and stuff. Like if you listen to Views now, it's fucking aged well, dude. It Views goes actually one of his better projects than the ones that actually hit harder. His
albums
at first.
age well though.
Yeah, actually, his songs age well. It doesn't have like a body of work like Kendrick, but the songs on the album age so well, better than Kendrick's.
Yeah,
like you go back to Drizzy's songs, more than any artist actually.
True.
So I'm expecting exactly. And he has something for different moods. He has the ones for like he has those love songs. He has the turn ups. He has some lyrical stuff too.
The rare shit, the lovey-dovey shit.
I'm expecting Kendrick this year. I'm expecting something fire. And the Kendrick one is really even more expectation than Drake because it took so long. He hasn't dropped in a long time. You haven't heard from him. So if he doesn't drop fire, we all disappointed and we all gonna give him shit for it. So like J. Cole's dropping.
Even Cole might drop. I
don't have too much expectation for Cole, but Cole's dropping. Because Cole's
album, you don't have too much expectation for Cole.
Meaning that I feel like I know I know the sound that Cole will drop. I don't expect more than what I know of Cole. I expect what Cole would drop. Sonically, which will be good. Yeah. Which will be good, but it will never be
lyrical and thought-provoking shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Lyrically is fire. All the stuff is fire. Storytelling crazy, but
it won't be a different Cole album.
He's never dropped a Kendrick album. That's a fact. He's never dropped an album like Kendrick, and he's never been as dropped bangers like Drake. In terms of smash hits. So he's like he's always in the middle there, where it's like he's always second to Kendrick in that, and Drake is in his own level somewhere else. So, But if he comes with something surprising me, I'm gonna be like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna hold my phone and be like, okay, I respect.
You didn't expect that.
Yeah. I think Eminem will drop another album this year. To be honest, I think Eminem's
this nigga's been dropping every year, bro.
Yeah.
And every year is dropping an album.
And it will be lyrically amazing, but it probably won't be as concise, but it'll be amazing. There'll be gems on there, fire songs on there. That's how I expect it.
Yeah.
I think Rick Ross will drop this year. I think Rose will drop.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not sure how Rose normally drops good projects as a whole. And his features.
If there aren't a lot of songs.
Yeah, if they aren't a lot of songs.
You must chill in the trap shit.
Like Benny and Freddie's album and stuff, like how many songs? Short albums, bro. Short albums. That's how you must do it.
Yeah. You see, and it's dope.
And dope, yeah. Nas too. So, who else could drop this? So you think are you expecting anybody else? So you said the Drakes. We got Kendrick, Drake, Cole,
in the hip hop,
maybe Marshall, maybe Rick Ross, Wale.
Yeah. And then obviously you get these other. Yeah, I'm expecting him to drop.
Yeah, I'm expecting Wale.
Wale will give you like EPs and stuff or mixtapes. He might not
even
drop an album.
Wale always fighting with everybody. He's fighting with the labels and the people in the industry. Bro. So I don't know.
Every time, dude.
I think
nobody knows what's going on with that guy.
Big Crit will drop. I'm hoping for a Big Crit album actually.
Yeah, he hasn't dropped that since Big Crit was here. When did that drop?
Yeah, the Crit was here in 2019, and that was one of the top albums of the year, top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
top 5,
it was fire. Was fire.
I think Isaiah Rashad will drop. What do you think?
Oh fuck.
I think Isaiah Rashad will drop. I'm not sure what Soul. Maybe. I'm hoping a Soul album drops because Soul lyrically is. I
think Schoolboy Q's gonna drop for sure.
Q might drop it, but Q lost. I feel like Q lost a lot of hype around him. He had like that buzz. Dude. He had that buzz. But I don't know what happened.
His last album. It's because of that last album, bro.
Yeah, the last.
That last album wasn't the one.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
But the first two were so good. Dude.
That track was it was Travis Scott. That track sucks.
Oh, speaking of Travis, Travis is dropping. Travis is dropping this year.
You think
Travis is dropping this year? Yo, he said he's dropping.
Yeah, there's too much hype. Huh? Yeah,
dude, Travis might.
You know how much hype is around Travis, bro.
Yeah, but dude, for me, Travis is like one of the best artists ever. I literally think Travis Scott is one of the best artists. I'm not lying. I think.
I remember you didn't like Travis, bro.
Yeah, I don't talk about it. Bro, I never liked Travis. I only like Travis from what album? Astro World. Actually, the only time I only liked him from Astro World, and then I went back to listen to all the other projects. I'm like, whoa.
And then you went back. Yeah.
And that's because he the sound he created was already like it was too futuristic for me at that point, and then I had to catch up to it. Now I took the train, I caught up. Now with the wave.
You caught up, yeah. You took a flight.
I took a flight, but the thing is, like for me, like, no one's close to him in that field, in what he's doing. Like, I love the Gunners, I love Lil Baby, I love all the people, but they're catching up. You know, he's on.
But they can't touch. Yeah.
So
he's gone.
Actually, if there's one album I might want. The two albums I want the most is probably Kendrick and Travis Scott.
And Travis, yeah.
And I obviously want a Drake album. I always want Drake. But those two, Travis, Astro World is one of the greatest albums. It's so concise. It's like perfect. How can you have a concise trap project like that? It's amazing. How you do it? How do you make a trap project so concise?
Travis Scott, bro.